So we have Via here again. We're just going to move on to the stain test, where we're actually going to put some fluorescein stain in her eye just to see if there's any ulcers, abrasions, scratches on her eye. This is actually a pretty good test, not only for those ulcers, but just to even see if they have some minor irritations or scratches that the stain actually uptakes on their eye. So what we'll do, I've got some BioGlow already mixed up with some sterile eye wash. So I'm just going to take this and drop some right onto the conjunctiva of her eye. So Juan's just holding her here, again holding her muzzle, keeping her nice and steady. I'm going to go ahead and just lift that upper eyelid until I can see that conjunctiva and actually drop it on that conjunctiva so that I'm not touching her actual cornea. And I'm just going to do a couple of drops here. Perfect. We'll allow her to blink a couple of times, and then we're just going to take some sodium chlorides or some eye wash and actually flush out her eye and flush out any of that excess stain. Got a couple of 3x3s here that I'm just going to keep right below her eye to catch the flush, and we'll just kind of use the flush to sweep across her eye here. And as you can see, it starts to come out there. Just clean up her fur a little bit, so that stain doesn't stain her fur. And then we've got a black light here. Essentially we would turn off the lights, but it'll make this room pitch dark, so we would turn off the lights, use the black light to actually see if the stain is uptaking in any part of her eye, which you can see fairly well even with the lights not on. So we just kind of make sure we get a good look of her cornea, make sure there's no ulcers or any scratches or abrasions if she got into a dog fight, to see why she would be excessively blinking her eye or pawing at her eye. Since there's no scratches or anything that we can see noticeably, we don't need to put any medication in her eye. We'll just go ahead and take that flush and flush out the remaining flesh and just get all that stain out of there, and then clean her fur. I'm just going to grab the flush here. Juan's just going to keep her steady, and we'll just gently apply that flush right into her eye. Get all that stain out of there, and then clean her skin too. She's all set to go.